delving more in depth into the equal status side of things. There is this thing I call parent-child dynamics, which is where the non-ADHD partner is over-functioning and acting in the role of a sort of almost punishing parent, and the ADHD partner, this is like, that's the perfect illustration for parenting, and the ADHD partner is under-functioning, where they're not taking on the sort of responsibilities of a relationship. That might or might not be chores, but it could be, you know, supporting your partner, or thinking about the parenting, or being engaged, etc. And I want to give you some examples of this from my consulting practice. I had a couple once. One was a medical doctor who was a researcher, and the wife was a professional. They lived in an apartment in New York City. They had a couple kids, and the wife said in the spring to her husband, you know, next fall you're on for the carpooling and taking the kids to whatever it was. And he said, fine, no problem. She said, furthermore, you should start planning it now so that you don't mess it up in the fall. Yeah. And he said, yep, fine. And then he went on his merry way and did his thing, because there was no deadline, and he had ADD, right? So in the fall, he comes back and he goes, oh, now I have to think about the carpooling. And instead of going to the people who are in the carpool with him, he went to his wife and he said, you know, now I have to start thinking about doing the carpooling. Can you tell me what I should be doing? Now, when we started talking about this in our counseling sessions, neither one of them realized that that was a parent-child dynamic. But she was parenting him by bossing him around, telling him, you should be doing this now, so that, you know, she was sort of giving him directions and instructions. And her response to his request, which was extreme anger, you know, I told you to do this in the spring, and you ignored me, and, you know, you should remember, you're terrible, was also parenting. She should have just said, you know, I'm not part of this carpool, you need to go talk to your other folks, and backed right away from it, and let him do what he was supposed to do. He wouldn't have come to her. He came to her as sort of a instructor, right? But if he were single, he would have gone to the people in the carpool and figured it out, right? So that was an underperforming, you know, he just thought he'd take the easy way, or maybe I don't know what. But anyway,